As you can see, it's summer here in Sweden with my jacket. Proper Swedish summer. 5 minutes is raining, 5 minutes it's sunny, and 5 minutes the sky is black and it's probably you feel like it's going to snow. So how did I find the project? I find it via an blog of a Romanian NGO recommended by a friend of mine who also does also does an EVS project in Finland now, and who also posted on this blog. I suppose there's no need to tell you about what EVS is all about. It's a program of the European Union who is sponsored by the European Commission, who gets the budgets from taxes and other fees and whatever coming from all the employed peoples and people who pay taxes. So it's basically coming from the system in which we all live in. So we have to be grateful for that, because other people support our stay here, our food, our accommodation, and our transport. How was it here? I'm gonna think about now about a proper question. What should I tell you? How was the experience? How was the place? The place was small. I'm living in a small village, 2,000 inhabitants here in this project, but you will have to do in this. If you do a 1-year EVS, you will do 2 trainings. If you do a 6 months EVS, you do only just 1 training. From my experience, I met other Erasmus volunteers who were doing their EVS in Stockholm, where we gathered, and the projects were not so much in various topics. I would say most of them were helping youngsters or teenagers in youth centers. My project was not about youth, was about adults. I was working with mentally disabled adults and helping them in their work and daily life. So I'm imagining you now putting me a good question about how is this EVS all about? What do you get out of it? Well, basically you get put in a foreign country, another country from the European Union, and you get a 600 euro budget per month to your hosting organization, meaning the NGO who you applied for in this country, and they will use this money and whatever way they want to provide for you a place to stay, a proper place to stay. By proper meaning in the same conditions as people live here, so normal conditions, nothing fancy, nothing that you would have to cope with, so no bad conditions. You will also get food, 3 meals per day, and also snacks in between. I was pretty lucky in this project because regarding the food, I was allowed to go to a local supermarket, ICA, and to take almost whatever food I could want to eat in that specific day I wanted to, whenever I wanted, for how much budget I wanted. But here, how much budget I wanted, I don't mean to. I did not exaggerate, like taking more than I needed or taking for other people, like basic stuff, basic. I don't know how to say, like normal stuff normal rules that you do for take care of yourself. My English is not very good right now, This is my last day of my project, so I was thinking about ranting a bit about how was my project. Did I meet new people? Yes, I did meet new people. Did I create connections? Yes, I created connections. Did I make friends? Well, it depends how you define the term friend. Um, I have just experienced only in one country, Sweden, which I visited, and just a few days in another Baltic country, Estonia, where I went, but mainly just in Sweden. So I can say about the people here that if you were to compare with the country where I come from, Romania, they have a different behavior in general. On the other side, I don't like to generalize people living in different places or different countries as being X, Y, or Z, because I don't like labeling people. It's just that I come from another environment in which I was raised, and I had to develop my skills to communicate and behave in a way that is good for both of the two people who interact. So if you ask me, is it true that the Swedes are cold? Yeah, I would say yes, but I would not generalize, because I met a few people here who are really open and are willing to share their thoughts and deeper thoughts, and also their bad side, the their more darker side of life. So yeah, it's all about how you perceive them. It's not about they being cold by their own definition. It's not about that. Okay, what else can I say? What did I gain from this experience? If I would do it again, I would do it again. Probably I would do it again. The thing is, I would do it again, but I would like to have other conditions, like, for example, while someone is doing an EVS, he or she is not allowed to work or to have another job where he or she gets salary or gets paid, because while we get this grant from the European Union, we are not allowed to get another job. So we just get the food, the accommodation, and the transport, the money for the transport, local transport, and for the transport to the country we are doing our project and back to our home country. Um, from this budget, so we are not allowed to have another contract, another paid jobs. I did work for uh, in other places, but just as a volunteer with no benefits in money, just in other exchanges. So yeah, I would do it, but I would like to change the terms. I wouldn't do it again in these terms, even though I created some connections with some people around here. Not many, I would say, but this is very dependent, individually dependent, because each of us, each human being is fortunately different and unique. So they can be either, on one hand, they can be more extroverts and express them a lot. In this case, they will probably have to face some challenges here in general, I'm telling. But on the flip side, if you are like more introvert or willing to spend more time with yourself, or needing more time to get comfortable into speaking or spending time sharing space with other people, then you will probably have um, not such a challenging time here. So, I did say if I would do it again. What else can I say? Why did I do this project? Probably this is for me the most important question of all, because the reason why we do things is, in my opinion, the most essential question of all. So why did I do it? I do it because I wanted to experience the Swedish culture, the Swedish society. I want to be part of it and see how they live, because of the various stories and things that other people who either saw the country or were talking about the country and their economy and lifestyle in general. So this is why I came here. On the other hand, or on the second hand, another reason is to, and I think the best reason that you can get, that you can, the best reason that you can give to do something is to do it for the sake and for the happiness for other people and for other beings. Because here, as I've been working as a volunteer, I have been working with mentally disabled adults. This means people who have different disabilities, mostly mentally, like they do have some challenges into either thinking, they think the same thing over and over again. I don't like talking about diseases or stuff, but it's been an environment in where people, and I'm not even allowed to talk about specifically people that live here, but in general it's been pretty much a mixture between having a tough time coping with the same mental patterns, or the same phrases or sentences or things or sounds they make over and over again every day, and getting pissed off about this sometimes. And on the flip side, with the same people that were saying the same things over and over again, or having the same challenges, like verbal challenges, for example, not being able to talk, were really funny, and I felt like I was having a good time with them. Even though they were saying the same things over and over again, like, and it's a good way to, a good example for being aware that it's not about how things are in life in their own definition. By their own means, you are having a disability, or you are being, how do you say when someone pisses you off? Whatever, you get the point. And you perceiving them like this. So it's a big difference between one person being obnoxious, or I don't know the word, having a tough time remembering the exact term. So my main point was that you can see the same person doing the same, acting the same way or having the same behavior, both annoying and funny. Not in the same time, but in different moments of time. So this is a good thing I gained. Also, even though they were saying the same things over and over again, I have had a few good insights about how to view life, which I wrote about in a few posts here. I gotta go pack soon, so I'm thinking about another question. Thinking about what to say.